was it a Psyduck, I think?
I have a Psyduck plushie. It's adorable, but it doesn't stand up too great because of the weight of the beak.
I have a Piplup plushie. I have a Totodile.
You're gonna have to repeat those last two.
Piplup, Sneasel, and Totodile.
I want a Totodile.
The Sneasel one I got for my Silver cosplay, and then ended up buying the Totodile while cosplaying as Silver.
Ah, fair enough.
Because that was his manga starter.
Yeah, one that I had for Christmas this year actually was a sleeping Vaporeon, and when it was bought, we were expecting it to be like one, or you know, the person that bought it for me was expecting it to be like a little desktop one, and it turns out no, it's more or less the same. It's curled up, but it's more or less the same size as one of my dogs.
I think I've seen those actually. I remember someone posting a picture of like a shelf.
Yeah.
And the comment just being like, "Oh, it's so cute."
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely adorable, and it's like, I'm so glad that I got it, kind of thing. No complaints from me there, but it was just sort of, yeah, I didn't expect this to be as big, and it's sort of, you're saying that like it's a problem? But
anyway, if you manage to defeat Gimli, something or other.
I wish Discord
would... Not that I care or anything, back up.
I wish Discord was a little bit more stable for me, but there we go. Like I say, keeps cutting out every now and again.
Yeah, I think we just kind of have to bear with it.
Yeah. Well, as I said, it's not one of our streams unless there's some sort of technical difficulties.
Very true. Become the champion then. See if I care. Ha 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 ha. Becoming the champion isn't easy, you know. You'll probably want my help. And will I be there to give it to you? Maybe. I've not decided yet. Go, adventure! Get out of my laboratory!
Oh yeah, you guys watching
No, you don't. Ignore her. It's fine.
No, I always do, because I don't want to end up with the phone call afterwards. You're walking along and then all of a sudden you just have to stop. I'd rather just go,
That phone call tickles me though. Just don't. Why didn't you tell me that you left home?
Why didn't you tell me that you're going on this bullshit journey that some old man that really should be doing his job sent you on? Although actually Professor Elm isn't that old, is he? He's probably like mid-20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
In the anime, I think. That's how I always pictured him anyway. And like I say, the anime kind of seemed to confirm that. So you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know. Every time you receive prize money, I'll just steal it. And I'll hoard it away, and you'll never see it again.
I will spend it on lottery tickets, and one day I will win, and we'll both be rich.
No, see it as paying me back for all the food that I bought, that I fed you with as a child. Once you have paid me back that loan, because all that food was just a loan, and I insist that you pay it back, then you may own a car. I mean, what were we talking about? Do you want me to save your money for you? Yes. Okay, I'll take care of your money. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. When you work as a team, you can accomplish anything.
Like making me lots of money. Wouldn't that be a great accomplishment?
Yeah. Now go on. I want to live vicariously through you as I achieve none of my hopes and dreams. I still wish, and I know I've said this before, but I still wish that they had some sort of system in Pokemon.
We need to heal still.
Oh, yeah. That they had some sort of system in Pokemon where you didn't have to... Oh, come on. Right. You didn't have to do the Gym Leader Challenge. You could, you could choose to do contests instead and still have that same progression.
It'll be very hard to battle. Because, like, you need to battle to catch things.
Yeah. I can understand like having to battle to catch things, but sort of, like I say, instead of doing the gym challenge, you had a choice between doing contests and the gym, because it's like, they always seem to try and put an emphasis on the contests, but you never actually do anything with them because they're not that important.
Yeah.
But like I say, every game since they were introduced is sort of, oh yeah, here's this amazing new thing, then you can become the grand contest champion and all the rest of it, and it's kind of, yeah, but
and it's
why?
all kind of highlighted, but why though?
Yeah, or why? What is the point in me becoming, in me becoming a contest trainer, aside from ribbons, which again aren't really that important anyway. They're just are a thing.
We're about to get our first Pokeballs.
Ooh, yeah. Panda, you can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. Follow me.
Nah, don't say, Ethan. I thought I could.
Yeah, that is the other thing that I wish that they would implement in the next game, is that they would allow veteran trainers to, at the start of the game, just sort of, where it said like on this one, how much information do you need? Where if you click that you don't need any information because you played the game before, then it will skip the tutorial, or it'll just be sort of, instead of doing this whole like tutorial mock battle thing, that it'll actually just sort of, did you know that, or it's better to, just some sort of line like, it's better to weaken a Pokemon before trying to catch it. That way your success rate is higher, and just leave it at that.
And like, honestly, I'm pretty sure you could do that in Gen 1.
Yeah, Gen 1 you could and I think Gen 2 you can entirely skip the catching tutorials. In fact, you could miss them if you didn't talk to everyone. But yeah, since Gen 3 it's been more sort of, I think it was Gen 3 anyway.
Did he just catch a Weedle?
A Rattata.
Okay. It's like, surely you did not just catch a Pokemon which does not appear on this route, because that's some kind of magic.
Chugga Conroy was saying actually that there have been times where people have, like with the catching tutorials, that sometimes that Pokemon will be shiny and there is nothing you can do about it.
Trainers will also sometimes send them out.
Yeah.
But I still feel like my shiny experience is one of the worst.
Wait, what was it?
So in my entire time of playing any Pokemon, I've encountered one shiny Pokemon, which was a shiny Geodude who immediately used self-destruct.
Oh, yeah. I have encountered, aside from the obligatory red Gyarados and like the event Pokemon, there was a shiny Krabby in, it was either gold or silver, I'm not sure which one it was. And because it had that glitch with that you could duplicate Pokemon in it, I ended up duplicating it a ton. And as a result, I think I just had an army of shiny Krabbies for some reason.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got our first capture ahead of us. I think he's going to give us some Pokeballs.
Yeah, but yeah, this is all they needed to do, was just sort of that, these whole lines with, weaken the target more, weaken the target before throwing a Pokeball and your success rate will be higher, or do you know how to catch Pokemon? Yes. And then just a line about weakening, and that's all you need. You don't need the whole, I can understand for younger players that haven't, but at the same time, you kind of think going back to the first generation, unless you spoke to everyone, it was just kind of, here's your first Pokemon, go.
But honestly though, like you say, for younger players, my nephew plays Pokemon, and he's a younger player. It's just not that hard.
Yeah, well, like I say, you kind of think like I think anyway, I was.
Let's catch our Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, you kind of think. I mean, again, we had. I suppose we had a little bit of an advantage in that the anime was so popular as well, and running in a format where it was difficult to miss it. But yay, it's a hoot hoot, but it's only level 2.
So probably scratch.
No crit, no crit, no crit, no crit. Yay! Perfect.
Okay, just catch.
And so, like I say, I kind of I can understand what they're going for, you know, but you know, it's just sort of, you know, I think I would have been around 9 when I had my first Pokemon games, and it was just sort of, well, yeah, you just know how to catch Pokemon. It's, you know, even without the tutorial guide that you can accidentally run into because, you know, after he's had his coffee in quotation marks. And as it turns out, he needs his coffee because he's hungover, but that was cut from the Western version.
Mm-hmm.
Screw reading Pokédex entries, no one needs that. So we need to nickname, which is going to be difficult because I never nickname my Pokemon. Does anyone have any suggestions in the chat, assuming there are still people around?
I think in honor of Etru's comment earlier, we...
Coot, yeah. I'll just wait a second or two just to make sure no one else has any suggestions, but I say I'm not 100% sure who is who's even still around, and I don't have any way to check that at the moment. I know what I'll do a second if it's okay. I'm just going to take a quick break, and I'll be back. And then in the meantime, if anyone jumps in and suggests a name, then great. If not, we'll go with Coot. So,
okay. Alright.
Right,
I guess I will just stay and talk.
Yes, no ruining my reputation on Twitch that isn't even a reputation yet.
Hootery. So it is just me and you, dear viewers, on the advent of our first capture. This wonderful Hoothoot here. This wonderful young female Hoothoot, in fact. You know, it stands on one leg and moves so fast forward that you can't even see the motion. You cannot even begin to comprehend the speed of this Hoothoot. Or possibly I'm just chatting bollocks. But who knows? That's the world of Pokémon for you. They're so small you can put them in your pocket. You are multi... That is okay. It just gives me more room for pontificating, if you will. That's another word for thinking, which is another way of saying chatting bollocks. I chat bollocks a lot, you know. Something of a talent, something of a curse. So that's my wonderful old... I have very limited... I have the old man voice. I have the slightly monotone voice, which I often use for female characters like this. It just sounds very disinterested in everything, but it's slightly softer and slightly higher, so it sometimes works for female characters. And then I have the really voice, which I use all the time because it's so different from everything else. There's almost always a Reeves in a game. Maybe this game will have a Reeves too. And that is about the extent of my voice acting, as well as my actual... That too is an option. Yeah, that is my range.
Okay, and I'm back.
just in time, I was running out of...
Yeah, I apologize it's taking me a bit longer, but with this, I currently suffering with a bit of a recurring back complaint, so it's taking me a lot longer to move than normal, so again, apologies if I take longer in breaks than I normally would, but yeah, you gotta deal with the cards that life gives you.
So Pontiff suggested Hootery.
Right, so we've got...
sorry, yeah, Hootery.
Okay, we'll go Hootery then. I think... Although I do like... I know.
You think, yeah, split the difference, Cootery.
Yeah, I was actually gonna see if we could do Cootery, but no way that would fit, so... Which is a shame.
We should probably go back to Nuzlocke and heal Cootery up. Because she
yeah. And of course the next one we run into is level 3. I know it's not a huge difference, but still.
We'll gain that level in no time.
And yes, I probably am going to fight as much as I can.
Yeah, like, we probably, after we heal Cootery up, want to start switch training Cootery since Hickey is strong enough to support that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And, oh, god damn it.
It's okay. This will make...
It will make all the difference. I'm still not used to the Desmond controls with the keyboard. Yeah, it'll take a little while, but I'll get there.
Yeah, I need to get Desmond. I will need them, actually.
Yeah. And again, now that I know what I'm doing as far as Twitch layouts and things like that goes, I gotta be honest, I mean, I don't know how well they translate in stream, but I was really proud of the Skyrim ones.
They look super good, honestly. I've got nothing but positive things to say about them. And I mean, you kind of saw people's reaction earlier when they saw the Slager's Fire one.
Yeah.
It just makes it look so much better.
Thanks, yeah, and I'm really glad to see it, you know, because it's kind of... I don't...
Cootery up front, Panda.
Sorry?
Cootery, you've got to put Cootery up front.
Oh, god damn it, yeah. Okay, I'll just run.
Oh no, kill it. I mean, it's here now.
I guess. But, yeah, because again, as someone that doesn't really rate much that they do as being good, you know, it is sometimes, you know, like, that's not to say that I crave validation necessarily, but it's nice when you get it.
I'm just going to post something in chat, actually, just because I got your chat box set up. Because I had a trouble, like, making it fit in a way which looked good to me, but we'll see how you've done it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant the, Welcome back, Urchu.
Hi, Money Bum.
Yeah, I thought you meant the Discord chat, not the,
the
Twitch
Twitch one.
Yeah, basically what I ended up doing, and I mean, it took a lot of messing around, but I basically just adjusted the box to match the actual pixel width of the frame that I use. Like I say, it took a lot of messing around kind of thing. I think for this one, if you will just give me a second.
Yeah, the cheesy emote is my emote anyway. The cheese it. Because we cheese many things.
So if I remember rightly, I can't remember if this is actually, if the chat box for this layout is actually the same size as the one I did for yours. It might not be because the DS screens have a different resolution than your standard 16:9 aspect ratio, not resolution. But the pixel width I have for mine is 390 and then the height is 800. But again, I'm not 100% sure if it would be the same.
Yeah, because you've got it working quite well on yours. I may have to...
You may have to...
have a tinker and see if I can get that out myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to do. It can just sometimes be a bit frustrating to sort of think, right, well...
So you put the Coot up front. The Coot
Yes,
front.
the Coot is up front.
The switch training can begin.
The Cootery is up front.
It is hot Hoot on Hoot action right here. But only for a second as we switch taking.
If ever you're bored and want something to watch, and you're also like, you know, looking for actual insight into films as well, I highly recommend watching Best of the Worst. So the only problem, like I say, there's some little things now that come up in day-to-day conversation that it just sort of triggers that's a joke from, or you know, that's gonna lead into a joke from, and it makes me internally laugh. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like I know a lot of people have this sort of idea of me being more kind of stern and not having much of a sense of humor with certain things, right? You know, based on how I am in Thani's server, but a lot of that is just because where I'm an admin. You know, I mean, I do have certain things that are always going to be off limits, but...
Whoa. Go up. There is a catching opportunity there.
Oh, yeah. Route 31?
I don't know. I just know it's different.
46. I don't know why I thought 31.
Yeah, but what new friendo can we... It's a Geodude.
Yay, a dude of Geo.
Shame that it's male, but that's maybe workable.
Why?
Because there is something which a Geodude would be very good for, but ideally we'd want it to be a female Geodude. Because reasons, if you will.
Is this one of those things where I shouldn't ask?
Yes.
Okay then.
Hopefully we will come up with another solution to this potential problem.
Okay then, I'm intrigued. But yeah, like I say, you know, it's probably weird, like, for a lot of people to sort of, you know, like, knowing how I am in the server, and then learning that my favourite show of all time is South Park. And one of my favourite characters of all time is Garrison. You know, but like I say, like, oh shit.
Dude, if this Geodude is probably ready for the catch.
Yeah, I was just gonna... I nearly did a bad.
More catch, less scratch.
I like that. That's gonna be an episode title. Let me just write that down. And yeah, I'm recording this as well for the gameplay channel, so it'll be uploaded there. That was something I meant to ask you, which I probably should have done off screen, but I didn't. So here we are. And again, I have a tendency to need to say things as I think of them, or I will forget. But do you plan on doing a VOD channel on, you know, a stream archive channel on YouTube?
No plans of it currently. You saw my foray with you.
Your foray with
YouTube before. I don't really have the energy to try and get back into that. I just don't want to deal with YouTube and its crap.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I mean, the one good thing with... also, if anyone has any suggestions for names for this Geodude, then yeah, feel free to tap them in the chat. But yeah, one of the good things that Twitch does is if you link your channel to... your Twitch to YouTube, you can actually just export the Twitch video files to YouTube, and it just does it automatically. You haven't got to...
Now, I do actually have experience with that, because of the arranged previous Nuzlocke stream. So I do know about that. But yeah, I don't plan to have an archive personally. I'll just use Twitch for that.
Fair enough. I say I just like editing things down into more manageable chunks so that people haven't got to, like if someone jumped in and was only able to watch for like half an hour, they haven't got to watch an entire 3 hours stream to find out where it was that they left off.
Sure.
It's just all in more manageable chunks kind of thing. And plus, like I say, I can edit the audio a bit because I know my audio setup isn't great for streaming right now. It's great for music, it's pretty good for music creation, but there's things I can do in in software to help with that, whereas with streaming, I mean I could, but it will fry my CPU, and it's already running at something like 50 odd percent or 75%. System is apparently 25% and user is 51%. I don't know how that's calculated, but I would imagine that's probably roughly around 75% it's using.
How about we go for the rock pun here and name it
Rocky.
Dr. Soda Rock.
Did you say Rocky, or because again?
I said Roxo.
Ah.
After Dr. Rock Soda Rock and Roll Clown from Metalocalypse.
He does cocaine.
Mm-hmm. And with this Geodude, you can too.
Actually, we could go Dr. Rock, so.
Because he didn't get his PhD for you to not call him Dr.
Well, it's only respectful.
But it's a sad time when you think about it, right? He got his PhD, and we found him living outside in front of some cave.
It's not even a cave, it's just some random grass. Yay, and it fits too, even with the space. So yeah, Dr. Rock, so the rock and roll Geodude. Who may or may not do cocaine. I'm gonna have to go back and heal again, aren't I? I could do some...
Yeah, probably good just to push on to Cherry Grove.
Yeah.
Just don't
not
use
that
Roxo
far
at the moment.
You're the guy that gives... No, you're not. Not that it matters, because I couldn't have taken it anyway, but... Oh no, that's the guy you're supposed to... Or one of them is the guys you're supposed to deliver it, the Spearow to, and that. One of the guys gives you a Spearow.
Yeah, I think that might be the dude who wanted it.
Yeah, Pontiff, there is no way in hell that would have fit. Otherwise, yeah, that would have been great. Or just, Dwayne would have been good, but...
So we have Kuturi, Hiki, and Dr. Rox.
Yeah.
We got on the path to victory here.
Because me and Distrezler are kind of metal nerds, so... Although, ironically, entirely different kinds of metal, but... And really do the two cross over, but still.
Yeah, there's like a few bands where we're like, yeah, they are good.
Yeah, for example, Iron Maiden. And that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and I mean, to your credit, like, you tried bands like Candleman and stuff like that, and they just didn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
So I can't really say fairer than that.
Yeah, and it's not even like I could really say that I disliked them. It was just sort of... Like I say, for music, it has to grab me somehow, and it Candlemass didn't really, which is unfortunate.
I think a part of it is context, because like walking to a band like Amazing have that constant kind of thundering pulse to them, and it's great.
I could say the same about walking along to Cattle Decapitation, but you tend to walk a lot faster. It's not good if you have asthma at times, but yeah, I've done that before now and ended up speeding to where it is I need to go. Or, Decapitated or Cannibal Corpse or, I don't know, Hate Eternal.